Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be with you today. And here we have another chapter from the book Calmness by the Spirit Emmanuel through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever way you're consuming these teachings. Welcome. Feel free to leave a comment or question. Feel free to contact us either at Kardec Radio or at the Spirit Society of Richmond. We are here to help you. And today's chapter is titled Suffering Reproach or Suffering Censures. How are you feeling today? Sometimes we go about our days without touching base on how we feel about ourselves and others and how our actions are impacting the world. The main goal of this studies is for us to realize that a lot of the anxiety, fear that we feel, that we experience, have to do a lot of times on how we react to the actions of others towards us, or how we perceive what they're doing towards us or about us, or talking or commenting on our behaviors in our lives. And today, when we're feeling censure, when we're feeling censorship, when we feel attacked by others, we naturally may feel agitated, fearful, angry. And Emmanuel is going to teach us on how to overcome these teachings, how to overcome the situation with his teachings. And this is what he brings to us today. He says, you are probably suffering censure that seemed to you to be an unfair spiritual beating, like in terms of it's hitting us now in the depths of our spirit. Initially, you adopt silence without commenting on the censorship. Now, you ask, then you pray, asking for divine providence for inspiration. This is the first part of the chapter. If we feel that something we're doing is being attacked or being censored, being commented on, which is very common nowadays, not only we feel attacked, we feel reproach, but also we are commenting and judging the lives of others. So we always have to think about, am I the one who is censoring others? Am I the one who is making commenting and judging others? But if you're the one who feel as the attacks are coming to you, as hitting deep down in your spirit, he says, first, silence without making comment about it. Someone tells you something that they heard, or if you overhear something, or if you read a comment, then first silence. And that would solve a lot of problems. If you go to the book Jesus in the Home by Neil Lucio, you will see that the Master himself was many times silent while the apostles were there bickering, commenting, heated exclamations and heated exchanges. The Master was there, allowing the right time in order to interject. First silence. Then he says, then pray for divine inspiration. Have you prayed today for divine inspiration, dear friend? Have you made sure that you're fulfilling the law of worship by praying the first thing in the morning and praying anytime we want to seek help and receive help from others? Now comes the reflection part of this chapter. He says, if you are not to blame for the mistakes that have been attributed to you, or the errors have been attributed to you, give no answer and continue with the tasks that life has entrusted to you, excusing any offenses. And he continues and says, if the criticisms suffered have any foundation, seek to analyze your own behavior in reference to the subject. So 2 options. First, recommendation, silence, don't comment on it. Second, pray, asking for inspiration. Then he's saying, okay, are you free of blame for what you've been accused of or what you've been attributed to? Then you give no answer and you continue doing what you're supposed to do. It's about having a clear conscience. Or if you find that there is foundation, there's truth to what is being said, then you analyze your own behavior to what you did. What is he inviting us to do today? Self-reflection and awareness, just as in the question 919 of this first book. Spirit St. Augustine tells us every night we should make an account of everything that we did as he did when he was in the earth. Take a deep breath in silence. Then prayer. Then self-reflection. He goes one step further for us. Emmanuel will tell us, thank your censors in thought. So send them a thank you note. Trying to rectify the points in which you observe yourself in error. So when someone is criticizing us, it's very easy for us to feel defensive and attack and be angry instead of self-reflect. Okay, is there any truth to what has been said? How have I acted? And do I have a clear conscience? And you thank the censors. It's one step we're not condoning that we're going to go out there pointing mistakes on everybody. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if that happens to you, you thank those. Because it allows you to observe where you are, where you want to be. If you may even be something that you're unaware that you're doing on a regular basis that may perhaps caused harm to others. High point. Very, very short message, but very in-depth. He'll say, don't complain about anyone who brings up the truth to you, because they act with exaggeration against the mistakes you may have been guilty of. Life will take care of clarifying them in due time. So it goes back to the clear conscience. So if you're not to blame, leave it be. Don't go write and engage in this social media discussions or send them mental darts. We're constantly thinking. Thought is life. Thought has a mental particle. Thought has power. Thought has strength, color. So are we sending the mental darts? We may not be there. We may be acting silence in the outside, but perhaps we are in constant conflict with those who we perceive to be criticizing us. He says, do not defend yourself or accuse anyone in face of the censorship received. What else do you do? What do you do instead of attacking? You silence, you pray, you self-reflect, you thank the folks for pointing it out if you are at fault. And he says, keep working with sincerity, cutting off the attitudes that you disapprove of in yourself. So keep working, keep doing the good. If you're doing the good, there's no reason to feel offended and attacked by the criticism. It's very likely that you will face criticism. All you have to do is look at the works of Chico Xavier and Divaldo Franco and all of the other good-willed persons in the world doing good. Someone is out there criticizing them. Who are we? Even the master was criticized. Who are we not to be criticized in this lifetime? And he pushes a little bit further. The good spirits are so good. Our mentors are so good because they see where can we go. They press us to be better. And then we get to that point, they're like, now go one step further. One step is the step of evolution. It's not a leap. Don't get to that abyss and then you're suddenly on the other side of the pure spirits each and every day. Was I able to keep silence about the attack? Was I able to even pray for that person to brought it up? Was I able to pray for divine inspiration? Am I not censoring? Am I going self-reflection? Then the good spirits are pushing us one step ahead, one step ahead. Last but not least, he says, if you find yourself at the center of blame, for each you feel undeniably responsible, continue to act and serve as much as possible, in the certainty that we are all children of God, and that God will grant you, and of course all the children, resources and open new paths for the peace of conscience to return to your life and enlighten your heart. So silence, prayer for divine inspiration, self-reflection. If we are peace of mind, we let it be. Life will take care of it. If we have erred, we of course try and make amends. We don't censor others. We thank those who brought up the shortcoming to us so we can improve. And then we keep working. If you are doing the good, if you're helping others, if your work is in alignment with the divine laws, and I see work as useful, any useful activity in the world, if your work, your family life, your personal abilities and qualities are in alignment with divine laws, there's nothing to fear. So keep working, keep doing the good. Don't feel discouraged. You have a very special mission to fulfill in this universe. And God has willed you to be here and has given you a specific and unique role in the universe. And we want you to stay. We want you to be with us. That's from the book Right Path, Chapter 2. It's a different book for a different day, but you can go to the playlist and find it. So you are important. You matter. And we want you to be here. If others are criticizing us, let them be. Allow them and others to leave them to themselves. And if you're the one criticizing, we ask you to reconsider not doing that, because everything that we send out to the universe, we attune with like-minded energies and folks, and then eventually we're going to have to speak and redress the mistakes and expiate the wrongs. And with the grace and goodness of God, we'll be granted many opportunities to do so through love or through pain. So dear friends, thank you so very much for the blessing of being here with you today. Again, I'm broadcasting from the spiritual side of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia for our channel, and also in collaboration with Kardec Radio. Until next week, when we come with another chapter of the book Calmness, may you stay well, may you stay safe, take care of others and of yourself. I'll see you soon.